Welcome in everyone. I hope you're having a good day today. Today we have February's installment of our net worth tracking series. So let's get right into it. All right, I've got everything written down for me and we're going to fill out our tables. Let's start with last month's budget. This is the slowest month of the year for my income. My payments were kind of like I get paid in a couple days now, so my income is really low this month. So I only made $23.15 this month. My rent and utilities cost me $976.88. We had renter's insurance due this month, so that's why it's a big spike. For groceries, I spent $145.04. Not too bad. About average. Dining and entertainment, I spent $238 with 12 cents. And gas, this was really nice. I filled up once the whole month, $26.11. We had a lot of bad weather, not too much driving around. And then miscellaneous, another big one. My car insurance was due this month, so that was like $600-ish. And then I had a baby shower as well. I had to buy some gifts for that. So as you can see, I actually made, I made less than I spent this month. So that's going to be rough. Now let's hop over to the next sheet. Previous month's net, 2.73. Okay. Negative is my net this month. However, I still did allocate some money, basically just bringing down my checking account. Like I said, I get paid soon, so that'll be just fine. But I went ahead and contributed this month to my IRA. I contributed only $100, and to my brokerage account, I contributed $825, and I didn't contribute anything to my high yield. So I contributed a total $925. Alrighty, let's hop over to my account balances. I allocated almost $1,000 into my investment accounts, and my net for the month was -$2. So my checking is obviously going to be lower, which is okay. Everything's paid for the month, and I'm about to get paid, so that's all going to be just fine. I didn't allocate anything to my high yield, so that's at 500. My brokerage account, my portfolio was down a couple percentage points this month, so this is lower than last month, even though I put some money into it. That's okay. My Roth IRA is up very slightly. Basically what I invested into it for the month. So, and then my car, still worth about $10,000. So my net worth is actually down about $1,000 this month. No big deal. We're playing a long-term game here. That brings my total contributions for the year so far at $2,075. As you can see here on our chart, net worth is going down. It should go up over time unless we see a big market correction in the short term. All right, so slowest month of the year out of the way in terms of income and probably contributions as well. Let's go ahead and check on a compound calculator to see what we're looking like for reaching $1 million net worth. So starting balance for what I have invested is right around 61 grand up, 62 really, 62,000. Let's put an even number. Monthly contributions, let's say I do 1,000. This is lowballing it for sure. My goal is to get 15% annually, but let's say we'll do a conservative case first. Let's say I only get 10%. Let's see how many years we need to get to $1 million. What are we at after 10? Obviously not there, but we're at 372. 20 years, we're over $1 million. So what do we need exactly? 18, very close. It's going to be 18 and some change. 18 and a quarter. So a little over 18 years from now, with a conservative rate of saving and with the conservative returns, I'll have $1 million net worth. And that's just my investments, which will be most of my portfolio. Eventually I'll buy a house in the coming year or so, but let's play around with these numbers a little more. Let's say I save $1,200 a month, or contribute $1,200 a month, and my annual rate is 12%. Let's see how many years we need now. 10 years brings us to 480. We know it's less than 18. Let's try 15. Very close. It's going to be 15 and some change, about 15 and a half years. Yeah, 15 and a quarter. So 15-ish years to get to $1 million from this scenario. And let's do one more. There we go. Let's say I contribute $1,500 a month, which is very doable. It's a little more than I'll probably end up doing, at least for the next few years, but I expect my income to grow over time. let's say I do get to my 15% annual return, which is my goal, which is why I invest in individual stocks as well as ETFs. Let's see what we're looking at 10 years. Pretty close. 12 might even get us there. Very close. So 12 and some change. 12 and a quarter years. So roughly 12 years, looking at $1 million invested. If this scenario plays out, if I invest $1,500 more every month on average, if I get a 15% annual return every year, and if I do the same thing for 12 years, I'll be sitting at $1 million invested. Not too bad. All right. That being said, let's hop over and look at my portfolio. This is my portfolio as of today. As of today's prices, this is February 1st. And this, the total returns here, this doesn't include for gains that I've taken in the past. I took roughly $5,000 in gains over the past 12 months, and I've invested it into some of these opportunities. So as of today, these are my returns in these positions. SCHG, ETF, and my Roth. It has the biggest weighting in my total portfolio. I'm up just a hair. I had this in QQQ, and I moved it to SCHG like a month or two ago, maybe 2 months ago at this point. So that's why it's up very minimally. Adobe, I'm down almost $1,500 at this point. I've been adding to the position. I added, I think, 3 shares this month, maybe even 4. I brought my average down from 355-ish to 346. I believe in this company long term. I think we'll see a rebound. I think this one will be $500, $600 in the next 2 or 3 years easily. That's my thesis, not financial advice. But my Google position, this is actually bigger than my Adobe position now, due to Adobe selling off and Google reaching new all-time highs. I'm up 3,600 on this position. VOO, this is my other ETF that I have, basically the S&P 500. I've had this holding a little longer than SCHG. I had it in SPY, and I swapped it to VOO. That's why the gains aren't that good. But I've held a SPY position for 4 years or so now, so they would be a couple $1,000 in gains. Meta has recently skyrocketed. Maybe not skyrocketed. It went up like 15% on earnings or so. So finally in the green on that position, up to 550 in gains. MasterCard, a position I'm still adding to. They had great earnings. Stock's still relatively flat, so I'm down almost nothing, down $60. Netflix, this is the newest position. This is the only position I added in January. It's very small, 1.3% of the portfolio, but I did buy it near the bottom. I'm up already $26. I'd like to add to this position in the near future. S&P Global, only at 4% of my total portfolio now, up around $200. I didn't add or sell any of my shares in S&P Global this month. PayPal, I didn't add or sell any of my shares in PayPal. However, the stock is at new like 5-year lows, so I'm down $740. Not great, but they have earnings next week. Hoping that we see something good out of PayPal. This is the company I'm thinking of selling the most out of my whole portfolio. And maybe Google, if we see Google run up to $400, I might have to trim some of my position for valuation concerns. But Robinhood, same thing. I didn't add or sell any of my Robinhood shares. I honestly might end up selling some Robinhood after April. I bought it in April, so I'd like to make it long-term gains. I'm not the most confident in this company, but I do like its outlook for the next coming years. I'm up 1,100 on this position. Duolingo, this stock is getting hammered. I added, I believe, 4 or 5 shares to Duolingo this month. As it continues to drop, I've been adding like 1 share every 5-10% it drops. So I'm down 1,200%. This is my biggest percentage loser by a large margin. As you can tell, I'm down $1,200, but it's only 3% of my whole portfolio. So I'm down 30-ish%, I think 32% to be exact. And then Toast, this one's also selling off a little bit. I didn't add or sell any of my Toast shares, but down marginally. I think I'm down 8 to 10%. I don't remember off the top of my head. It might be a little more than that at this point, but I'm still very confident in all of these holdings. And my goal for this portfolio is, like I said, to get the 15% annual return. I'll be monitoring my positions, all these companies. I like to keep my positions short, like my position list short, so I can make sure that all of these companies are doing what they need to be doing for me personally. And if any changes need to be made, I will, of course, make those changes in the future. But yeah, rough start to the year for the stocks. The ETFs are roughly flat. I think SCHG is down 1%, and VOO might be up 1%. So not much, but over time we should be up and to the right. So we will continue this series. I'll be back at the beginning of March to fill out my net worth tracker, all this stuff, all my budget, my portfolio, all this good stuff. Hopefully we'll get back into the green next month. We're down 1,100 bucks over the past month. No big deal. We're zooming out. We're looking long term. 1 month is not a long time. 1 week is not a long time. So for you guys that are also investing out there, stay level headed, keep your head down, keep contributing. Any sell off is an opportunity in the rearview mirror. So that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed, and have a good one.